Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Daughter of Increase. My name is NayDenise. For those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video, and I am the founder and CEO of Daughter of Increase Ministries, that is DOI Ministries. And here on this channel, I hope you guys to increase in your faith and relationship with God and Christ through Bible studies, book reviews, discussions, and more. And I do that by posting twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday, and occasionally on Tuesdays. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the bell to stay notified. And so we are here for day 11 of Vlogmas, y'all. We almost there, y'all. We almost there. 24 days, we almost there. But we here for day 11 of Vlogmas. And today, as the title says, I will be sharing with you guys some of my goals for 2023, and I don't have them all set in stone, but I did write them down in categories. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories, which sounds insane, I know, but hear me out. I have to think about it that way, because if I don't, it could be over the top. It could be. So yeah, let me sip my water, y'all. Let me sip on my water. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep you guys too long. Let me know what you feel about these goals, if you think I should change some of these goals or whatever the case may be. Obviously these goals are not set in stone, because if they don't work out throughout the year, of course they will be changed, modified, or whatever the case may be. But these are things that I want to work on for 2023. And like I said, I have 7 categories, no more than 5 goals per category. Some goals have 3 things, some have 5, some have 4. It really just depends. And so the first thing I'm going to start off with is my faith goals, guys. So my faith goals, I have 5 here, and I feel like these 5 encompass everything else that I want to do as far as my faith goals. Okay, and so the first thing that I want to accomplish, because I have never honestly done this, like, ever in my entire walk that I have been a believer, a follower of Christ, that I have been on YouTube, I have not completely read through the entire Bible. I have read parts, bits and pieces, but I don't recall me ever reading the Bible cover to cover. And so I personally want to read from Genesis to Revelation in its entirety. That's what I want to do. And so that is one of my biggest goals that I want to complete for me. So that is the first goal that I have that's within my faith category. The second goal is I want to study the Bible at least 4 times a week minimum. And I say that because obviously I can sit here and say I want to study the Bible weekly, every day. Let's be real. There's some days I'm just like, I don't feel like studying. There are some days I'm not going to feel well. There are some days I'm just going to forget, or I'm too busy to study, right? And so I want to commit to 4 days out of the 7 days a week. And for me, I know I can commit to that, because there are 5 days a week that I ain't doing much but just being at home, right? I know my weekends for me are a little crazy, because I'm typically doing stuff on Saturdays, and then Sundays I'm typically at church. And so I can commit to doing things Monday through Friday, but Friday evenings might be busy. Friday mornings might be crazy. Monday mornings might be crazy for me. So that's why I'm saying I'm committing to doing 4 days a week minimum. But my goal, of course, is to study every day. And when I say study the Bible, I don't mean for me 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I mean like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, 2 hours of Bible study. That's what I mean. For me, that is what I prefer when it comes to me studying the word. I'm not negating anyone who studies for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, but I know for me and how I like to study the word, I like to spend that hour, 45 minutes, hour and a half in the word. And so that's what I mean by study the Bible. The next thing is prayer journaling. I am terrible at prayer journaling. I love journaling, but I'm terrible at journaling in general, and more so with prayer journaling. I want to commit to doing it 3 times a week. I don't care what days. I would love to do it daily, but I feel like for me, daily it starts to feel like a chore, and I don't find enjoyment in it. And I feel like if I start off with 3 days a week, committing to that, And not setting the 3 days, because I think that's where I kind of fell off. It was like I was trying to set the 3 days, and maybe I want to write back to back, maybe I don't want to write back to back. So just committing to 3 days a week, writing in my prayer journal, or finding a prompt to prompt me to write in my prayer journal, will help me to get back into the habit of writing again. And so yeah, that's my third goal. Fourth is fasting more. I want to get better with that discipline in fasting for myself. I'm not really going to speak more on that per se, but it should be self-explanatory. I want to get better with fasting. Simple as that. And then the fifth one is to unplug monthly. And what that looks like is either picking a weekend or a day off for the weekend. Did that make sense? No. Picking a weekend, like a full weekend, Friday through Sunday type of thing, or picking like a Saturday and completely going like social media free type of thing. I want to do it once a month. So yeah, I have read through the entire Bible, to study the word minimum of 4 times a week, to prayer journal 3 times a week minimum, to fast more, and to unplug monthly. So those are like my 5 goals within my faith category. And while I'm sitting here talking, they should have popped up somewhere on the screen. I don't know, maybe over here, whatever. It should have popped up somewhere. But moving on to my reading goals. So we all know my reading has been atrocious. It has been atrocious in the past almost 2 years. If you know, you know why. I miss reading, you guys. I truly miss reading and enjoying my love of reading and reading multiple books at a time. Like, it has taken me months to just read a book, and I dislike it. I dislike it because I'm typically finishing a book within 2-3 days, maybe 1 day. Now it's taking me months, weeks to read a book, and that's not me. I don't like it. I miss just reading. And so I'm still going to keep my goal of reading 100 books a year. That's typically always been my goal, of 100 books a year. I've been able to surpass that a lot of the times, but this year I don't think I'm passing it. I don't think I passed it this year, y'all. I don't even know. I'll put up here where I'm at right now. I don't think I passed it. And so that's my first goal. Second goal is, out of those 100 books, I want 50 of them to at least be Christian books. It don't matter. So of the 100, I want 50 of them to have been Christian related books, whether it's Christian fiction, Christian nonfiction, don't care. So 100 books total, 50 of them having been fiction. So if I read 150 books, it don't matter to me. Just 100 books, I want 50 of those books to have been, like, Christian books. And then I want to read 12 non-fictions this year. So that would be 1 a month. That might be pushing it. I probably should say 6, because that would give me at least 2 months. But I feel like 1 a month works, because it shouldn't take me long to read through a nonfiction. Okay, so I'm aiming for 12. I don't have my 12 set as of yet, but I want to make a list of the 12 books that I want to read. I am not going to put like, this month I'm reading this book. I'm probably just going to pick the 12, put it in a bowl or something, or a bag, or put it in a random generator, or do maybe that wheel that I was doing and do it that way. I like the wheel kind of thing. It's been fun to do that. So I might do that, pick my 12 books and put it in a wheel, call it a day. Fourth thing I want to do is tackle my e-arcs. I am very terrible with NetGalley. My ratio on NetGalley is horrendous. And honestly, it's not that I'm not reading my e-arcs. I'm reading my e-arcs. The problem is I'm not putting my reviews in. And so I really need to update my reviews, but I haven't been doing that. And so I need to honestly start tackling those, like picking 2 days out of the week to just sit and at least give an hour and a half a day to just posting those reviews, honestly. And so that's that. And then my last goal, my 5th goal, is to read what I want. I love TBRs, but I also want to read what I want to read. So if I want to read a book that was released 5-10 years ago, I'm gonna read a book that was released 10-5 years ago. But if I want to read a current release, I'll read a current release. If I feel like reading a Christian fiction, read a Christian fiction. If I feel like reading a fantasy, read a fantasy. If I decide I want to read a horror book, read a horror book. If I want to read a thriller, read a thriller. If I want to try my hand at reading a romantic comedy, I want to read what I want to read, especially with how I've been feeling with my reading lately, as far as like not wanting to read, but everything that has been going on in my head. I just want to read what I want to read. Like, just do it. And so those are my 5 goals, right? And so it'll pop up here. First goal, read 100 books. Second goal, of those 100 books, I want 50 of them to have been Christian books. Third goal, I want to read 12 nonfiction books. The fourth is I want to tackle my e-arcs, specifically through NetGalley, those e-arcs. And the fifth is I want to read whatever I want to read. Okay, so that is it for my reading goals. Moving on to financial goals, and I only have 3, you guys. Only 3 financial goals. I have more than that. Like, each of these categories go more in depth, but I'm giving you guys the broad spectrum because I don't want to divulge all of like the details to my goals. Obviously, they're personal. But financial, I want to open up my other savings accounts. And so I did open up my savings accounts. I opened up savings accounts within another banking system. Banking system? Yeah, banking system. I didn't open up with the bank that I have just because with the monthly fees and all that, it was just too much for me. With having pretty much low to no income, it wasn't worth the fees. And so when I found out that there was another banking system that I could use that didn't charge fees for checkings or banking, checkings or savings, I opted to open a checkings with them as well as a savings. So I do have 2 savings accounts currently as well as a checking account with them. I will be opening up a few more savings accounts down the line. So my personal savings has been open, and then a savings account for my son has been open. But there are a few other savings accounts that I want to open. And so when I say open savings accounts, those are the accounts that I'm referring to. But I probably won't be opening those up until like further into the year. But I do want to open them before the end of the year to start saving up for those things. The second goal is cash budgeting. I did do that video. If you haven't seen that video where I showed you guys my budgeting plan for 2023, click the eye to go watch that video. But I'm going to be giving cash envelopes a try. Just because I noticed with swiping, it's easy just to swipe my card because I know I got money in there, and then the problem is she not budgeting, she's spending money that she don't really be having, and then she be caught up. So we trying to be responsible, we trying to budget, we're trying to be an adult financially. And I want to start saving for things because there are some things that's been revealed to me, God has shown me, things that God has shown me and things that God has told me through confirmation from people that I need to start saving for. And so yeah. And then the last one is save more than I spend. Simple as that. I mean, guess about it. So my 3 goals are open up those extra savings accounts, to do cash budgeting, cash envelope systems, and also finally is to save more than I spend. So those are my 3 financial goals. So moving on to health. So I have 5 health goals. The first one is obviously to keep track of my migraines and meds. I'm not gonna lie, that first month of October I was doing alright. Beginning of November I was doing alright, and then I slacked off. There was weeks I wasn't taking my meds because I was like, ooh, no migraine. I was behind on meds, honestly. Like, taking my medication up, it's behind on that. And it's not pretty at all being behind on those meds because they were given to me to keep the migraines under control. And if I don't take those for preventative measures and then end up with a migraine, it's just not pretty. So we want to make sure that we're keeping track of migraines and the medications, period. The second one is to get the braces rolling for myself. I am in the process of that already. Found out the price of that, wasn't too happy about that at all. Thought my insurance was going to cover that. Apparently insurance does not cover that for adults, so I do have to come out of pocket on that. So that is one thing that I do need to save up on. They did already tell me the price that I needed, the amount that I needed to start, which technically I could have had that money already a month ago. I did have the money a month ago, but I didn't know. And so it's like, it's things like that that kind of frustrate me. It's like I had the money, spent the money on things that were like necessary but not really necessary, so I have to start budgeting. And so yeah, so that process has already technically started, but once I get the money together, it can officially start. I already know how long it's going to take for me with the braces and everything. They just can't do the braces in my mouth until they got their money. So yeah. So that's the second thing. Third thing is to eat healthy meals. I don't want to say meal prep per se, but kind of meal prep, because there's really no space in the fridge to meal prep. But I also want to make sure that I'm buying the food that I need to do the cooking of my meals. It's a weird place to be in, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. But I do know that I want to eat healthy meals, and also to actually eat, because I don't eat. I can go a whole day without eating food and then realize, oh my god, I didn't eat, and then if I don't eat, I'm triggered for migraine. So yeah. Fourth is to drink 3 bottles of water a day. I hate water. I'm gonna say it again. I hate water. I hate the taste of water. Water is disgusting to me. It is the most disgusting thing. But I need water in my body because, one, I am being triggered from being dehydrated. I'm also being triggered by the type of water that I drink. And so I was trying to do the whole 2 bottles of water. No, at this point, we're just gonna try to tackle 3 bottles a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 at night. And so before I have a cup of coffee in the morning, I want to drink a full bottle of water, like a 16.9 fluid ounce bottle of water. Okay, so that's the goal. Will it be accomplished? We don't know. We're gonna try. And then final thing is to work out 3 times a week. I always start this and then fall off. I hate working out. It is what it is. So I think I'm gonna do more so dance workouts, because I love dance. I'm a dancer. I've always been dancing all of my life. Hip hop, tap, jazz. I love dance. And so I feel like dance workouts will be better for me than actually like going to the gym. And mind you, there's a gym up the block from my house. I just hate the gym. Hate the gym, hate working out. So yeah. Health goals will pop up here. Keep track of migraines and medications is the first one. Second one is to get the braces started, which technically has already started. It's just on hold until I get the finances again for that. 3 is to eat healthy meals per se, but just to eat in general. 4th is to drink 3 bottles of water a day. For me, that works for me. Somebody might say that's not a lot of water. For me, a person who hates water, who doesn't drink water, is a start. So 3 bottles of water a day. And finally is to work out 3 times a week, which will more so be dance workouts for me than anything else. But that is that. So moving on to personal like goals. So the first one is to do my monthly solo dates. And so I mentioned how I was going to start vlogging my solo dates. I didn't start that because I was trying to save up for that, but then things got out of whack and things had to get paid for. And so I never got a chance to do that, but I do want to start doing my monthly solo dates, whether that is me actually taking myself out to eat, me going to the movie theaters, me taking myself to a botanical garden or the zoo, or just taking myself somewhere or doing something, even if it's a picnic, like doing something. And so I want to do that for me, spending quality time with me, taking my journal and journaling. Like, solo dates is a must. I want to do mommy Sundays. I wanted to do them monthly, but I think I'm going to do them bi-monthly because I want to save up enough to say, hey son, let's go out to let's go eat at a restaurant. Like, I don't really want to say Dave and Buster's, because Dave and Buster's for us is like a normal thing. It's like an everyday type of thing, so it's not really like a date thing. But I want to be able to take him places, and it's just me and him, and go out together. And so I want to do mommy son date nights, and just train him on how to, I guess, not cater to a woman, but how to act, I guess, at a date, if that makes sense. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. If you don't, I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah. The next is I want to wake up at 5 a.m. and sleep by 11:30. And that's probably going to be the hardest thing for me. Because y'all, if I tell y'all how much sleep I get in the night, y'all look at me like I'm crazy. I don't get enough sleep. So yeah. And then the 4th thing is I want to listen to podcasts a lot more. And so those are my personal goals. I don't have any other goals that I can think of right now because my other personal goals work into the other categories. And so, yeah. So obviously monthly solo dates, doing mommy son dates bi-monthly, I want to wake up at 5 a.m. and sleep by 11:30, and then listen to podcasts. So those are my personal goals. Moving on to ministry goals. And ministry goals per se is for Daughter of Increase, because DOI is a personal ministry that I have. So it's not more so church ministry, it's my personal ministry. And so for that, I want to work on planning an event for DOI. I want to do a online event and an in-person event. And so that is a major thing that I've been working on for a minute. The Lord had gave me the idea to do an actual conference prior to COVID hitting, and I had the hotel and everything picked out. I was gonna do that, and then COVID happened, and then I had to stop planning for that. And obviously I wanted to do like an online event, but then I stopped. And then I noticed that my elder, she has her own ministry that she does, and she recently did an online event for her ministry, and it was wonderful. I actually was a partaker in her event, and it was an absolute phenomenal time. And it inspired me to actually continue on with planning an event for DOI. And so yeah, I want to plan for that, my online event, and then plan an in-person event. And so yeah, the in-person event, I do have a location set. Beautiful location, beautiful place in Jersey. I just need to figure out their pricing. It's really gorgeous. The food there was pretty good pretty good, and it's really nice. And so I'm going to look into that. But yeah, I'm going to plan those out. And then I'm debating on a podcast. Debating on it, not sure, but debating on it. And obviously there's some other things I'm working on that I'm not going to post up here, but there's like a couple of things I'm working on. But these are the main two. Podcast is a possibility because there's question marks. I'm not sure if I want to commit to that. I don't know at all. Obviously I know a lot of people on YouTube take their YouTube videos and turn their YouTube videos into audios to turn into podcasts, but I don't know. There's a lot that I need to work on, like a lot that I need to work on, as far as DOI goes, because God is like pouring a lot into my head. It's just a matter of me executing it. So yeah, that's that. Moving on to business. And so for business, I have 4 things for that. So I want to create 2 or 3 new body butter scents, and one specifically for the men, because I've been asked when I'm coming out with new scents. I've had my business for about a year, maybe 2 now. I can't even remember, maybe 2 years. Oof. Almost 2 years now I've had my business, and it's been going pretty good. I haven't really promoted it as much as I would like to. I do have the website up, I do have the social media, but I pretty much have been selling word of mouth. It's been great. I love my products. Personally, I love them. Obviously, that's kind of biased, but I don't want to say I take pride in my work, right? But I will say that God's hand was definitely on me creating that line. I will say that in creating the formulation of my body butter, it took 1 try, because I made sure that I prayed throughout the entire process. And so I love the product. People have ordered, love the product. And so yeah, I want to make new scents. I've been saying that for some time, but I allow things to stop me from doing that. And so I do want to go and make 2 to 3 new scents. So if I make 2 new scents, 1 will be for men, 1 for women. If I make 3 new scents, then 1 for men, 1 for women, and then like 1 neutral scent. So that's that. Next thing, I want to launch the body scrubs. I've been saying I wanted to do body scrubs for a minute, didn't do it. And I also want to do oils, didn't do it. And so gotta work on that. I also want to expand my design business in a sense. If you guys don't know, I did start a new business this past year, and it was actually pretty good. I did lose the 2 clients that I did have. Obviously, it was hard. I lost some for this month. Actually, for the month of December, I lost both the clients, so I am back to now trying to figure things out. But I want to expand that business as far as like doing more, because there's so many things that I can do. I just don't market appropriately. I'm really not good at marketing myself, and I am humble in a very bad way. And I say that because I don't price myself the way that I should. And I don't market myself the way that I should. And sometimes people are humble to the point where they cheat themselves. And I'm tired of being so humble that I cheat myself, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with being humble, right? But there's also something wrong when you're so humble that you allow yourself to be stupid and to be used and to be basically played for, if that makes sense, right? And so I know my worth. I know what I see other people charge. And so yeah, like I said, I'm learning so much to share. God is revealing so much, and he's showing me that there are people willing to pay those prices out there. I don't have to stay within the people that I know, right? And so I just have to take that leap of faith like I did the first time. And so yeah, and so with expanding, I do want to get 2 new social media clients to replace the 2 that I did kind of lose. And so yeah, that is that. So obviously create 2 to 3 new scents for my body butter line. I want to launch body scrubs and oils. I want to expand my design business, and on top of expanding, I want to try to get 2 new social media clients. But yeah, those are all the goals. Sounds like a lot, but I promise you it's not a lot. It's really not. They all work together in like a circle in my head, but it works best if I break it down. And it's just written on my tablet because I have not written them down specifically in a book as of yet, because I'm trying to work it all out. But that is it. What are you guys' goals for the year? Whether it's your faith goals, your reading goals, your personal goals, your health goals, your business goals. What are your goals? I'm curious to know, do you have any similar goals as I do? Do you find, or can you think of any goals that I should possibly add, any categories I should add? Or do you think I'm just insane with all these goals? Okay, and keep in mind, I say goals, not resolutions. Like I said, these can change at any point in time. Okay, they can change at any point in time. But yeah, I can't wait to share with you guys my word for 2023 along with the verse. God is just so good, y'all. He is so good. So magnificent and so good. I actually have it written on this paper. It's on this paper. So I'm still waiting. I have to write it like out, but I have it there, and I'm like so excited that that is the word. So excited that that's the word. So excited. And so yeah, I can't wait to share that with you guys. I don't know which Vlogmas video I'm gonna share it with you guys, because I'm gonna write all the information out, and of course go through all the other words of the years and verse of the years that I had. But yeah, that is it for this video. I believe that's it for this video, y'all. I think I have a video coming, yeah, like I said, on my verse of the year / word of the year. I have a video on my reading goals for 2023 for sure. And in that video, I'm going to be sharing books that I want to read for 2023 specifically. And I will be sharing with you guys some of my secular books that I want to read, along with my Christian books that I want to read. I'm going to also be sharing a video of things that I learned in 2022. I've seen people do this before, where it was like 10 things I learned in 2021 or 21 things I learned in 2020. I don't really know how many things. Right now, there's a total of 13 things on this list. So I'm going to try to get 22 things that I learned in 2022. But if I don't, it's just going to be titled Things I Learned in 2022. And I'm doing a video possibly on prayer journaling. If I don't do it for Vlogmas, it'll be done for next year. But yeah, I am excited for Vlogmas. I am excited for all that is going to continue with Vlogmas, and I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying Vlogmas. And I see you guys' comments. I'm not ignoring them. It's just, it's a lot to create daily and edit daily and post it up on time daily, but I will be spending time to comment back to you guys' comments, for sure. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. If you made it to the end of this video, post this emoji. It's probably gonna be a little fox to match my little squishmallow hair, well, my big squishmallow hair, because I love my squishmallows. But I'm gonna go, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.